I welcome back everyone. I hope everyone is fine. Today in this class we shall see C# control structures. Okay. Before that, let us see what are control structures, why we need control structures. Right. Control structures are simply the statements which is going to control the flow of execution of the program. So generally for all the languages, a simple program will be executed in a sequential manner. So sequential execution in the sense the execution will be done from the beginning to the end for one time without repeating any statements or without skipping any statements. The execution will be from the beginning to the end for one time. So that kind of execution is called sequential execution. So instead of sequential execution, there might be some situations to execute a set of statements for number of times, or to skip any set of statements, or to decide the set of statements which should be executed based on some condition. So for these situations we can use the control structure. Okay, so the control structures are used to control the flow of execution of the program. If we want to execute a specific block of statements based on the condition, either the condition is true or false, then we have to use the control statements. Okay, and if we want to execute a block of statements repeatedly for number of times until some condition gets satisfied, then we have to use looping statements. Okay, and if we want to move from one statement to another statement immediately by skipping some set of statements, then we have to use jumping statements. So based on these things, the control structures can be classified into three types. The types are selection statements, iteration statements, and jump statements. So all the languages may have the types of control structures. So here C# offers these three types of control structures. Okay, in that first one, selection statement, we need this type of statement when the set of statement is to be selected based on the condition. The statements under this type are if else, if else if, and switch case statements. Okay, next type is iteration statement. This type is used when we need to execute a set of statements for number of times repeatedly. The statements under this type are for, while, and do while. These statements can be called as looping statements or iterative statements. The third type is jump statements. This is to jump over from one statement to another statement within a source code. Okay, the statements for this type are break, continue, and go to statements. So let us discuss one by one. The first type is selection statements. In that the first one, if statement, that is simple if statement. Simple if means there will be only true part, no false part. If the condition gets true, some set of statements can be executed. In case if the condition gets false, nothing will be happen. Okay, here it is a syntax for this simple if. If is a keyword, within bracket there is a condition. Condition will be verified. If the condition is true, the statement, the block of statement will be executed. And next there is a flow chart. Here is a condition. If the condition is true, code in the if block will be executed. That is, true part will be executed. If the condition gets false, it will come out from the block. Okay, then it is a program for simple if. You know the basic structure for C# program. There is a statement using system, and then namespace, then class, and then public static void main string arguments. Okay, within that there is a statement int 32, a equal to 20 and b equal to 10. Here the variables a and b are declared and assigned with the value 20 and 10 respectively. Okay, then there is a condition if a greater than b. If the condition is true, there is a statement, that is console.writeLine a is greater. We know that here 20 is greater than 10. So that the statement a is greater will be displayed as an output on the screen. So here is a output. Next type of selection statement is if else. Here we may have two part, that is true part and then false part. If the condition gets true, we can have some set of statements to execute, and also if the condition gets false, there will be another set of statements to execute. Okay, so this is a syntax. If condition gets true, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition gets false, then else part, statement 2 will be executed. Okay, so this is the syntax for if else statement. Next, there is a flow chart. Condition is here. If the condition gets true, true part source code will be executed. If the condition is false, else part source code will be executed. Okay, so it is a pictorial representation for if else selection statement. Here is an example program using system, namespace, class, public static void main, and it's a block of source code. Here the variable I is declared with the integer data type and assigned with the value 100. Here is a condition, if I greater than 0. In case if the I value is greater than 0, the statement that is given number is positive will be displayed as a output. If the condition gets false, then else part statement will be displayed, that is given number is negative, and there is a statement console.read key. Okay, and we know that now the value I is greater than 0, so that what will be the output, that is given number is positive. So you can see the output here. Okay, so this is what the execution for this program. And next let us see if else if statement. Okay, this type of selection statement will be useful when we need to place more than one conditions one by one. Okay, when we need to make more than one conditions which are related to each other, we can use this type of selection statement, and we can use more than one else if blocks, but compulsory first there should be a if statement followed with if. We can include number of else if statements. Okay, and finally there will be else part. This is the syntax for if else if. Here if condition, if condition gets true, statement 1 will be executed. In case if the condition gets false, in else part we can make another condition, that is else if condition, and if this condition gets true, statement 2 will be executed. So likewise we can make number of else if statements, and finally there will be a else part, and it may have some set of statements to execute. Okay, so this is what the syntax for if else if control statement. So this is what the flow chart. If condition, if the condition is true, it may have separate source code block, and after executing this it will exit from the block. Okay, and in case if the condition is false, and we can make another condition. If it gets true, there will be another set of statements to execute, and if it false, we can make the if condition as long we need, and finally there will be the else part source code from where we can exit from the block. Okay, so this is the example program for this selection statement, that is using system, namespace, sample3, class name, and then public static void main, and here the variable I is declared with the integer data type and assigned with the value 0. Here is a condition, if I greater than 0, we are going to display given number is positive. In case if it is false, again we are making another condition, that is I less than 0. If it is less than 0, then we are displaying the text, that is given number is negative. If both the conditions are false, then else part statement, that is given number is neither positive or negative, will be displayed as an output. Okay, and there is a statement console.read key. And now the assigned value for I is 0. First condition is I greater than 0. Here the condition will not get satisfied, and it will move to next condition, I less than 0. That is also will not be satisfied, and here the else part will be executed for the output, that is given number is neither positive or negative. So here is a output. Okay, next selection statement is switch statement, which is also equal to if else if selection statement, where we can use number of else if conditions. Here instead of that there will be number of cases. If any one of the case matched with expression, then that block alone will be executed. The remaining blocks will not be executed. So there will be multiple statements from that the satisfied block alone will be executed. This is the syntax for switch, that is switch expression. Here it may have some value. That value will be taken and will be matched with all the constants. So here case constant 1. If the expression value is matched with this constant, then block 1 will be executed, and from here it will exit from the block. Okay. And in case if the value does not match with constant 1, then it will move to constant 2. If it is satisfied here, then block 2 will be executed and it will break the execution. So likewise we can have number of constants as much we need. And finally there will be a default part. In case if the expression does not match with all the possible constants, then the default part can be executed. It may have some block of statements and there will be break keyword. Okay. And it's a flow chart. Here is a condition. The taken value will be matched with all the cases. Case 1, if it is satisfied, its respective block will be executed. If it does not match, then case 2 will be verified. If it is satisfied, this block will be executed. Likewise, we will move to number of cases, and finally default is there. If anyone does not match, then the default case will be executed. This is the example program for this switch selection statement using system namespace sample4, class name, public static void main, and console.writeLine. Within that, addition, subtraction, division is given with a number 1, 2, 3, and there is a statement enter your choice. So it will be displayed on the output screen while we execute the source code. And next statement is int c equal to convert dot to int 32 console dot read line. When users see this statement enter your choice, they will type some value, isn't it? So that will be received by this statement, that is console dot read line, but it will be in the format that is character. Okay, but it will be in the character form. So it should be converted as integer. For that, the statement is convert dot to int. Then the converted value is assigned to the variable c. Okay. Next, switch of c. Here c is having some value, either 1, 2 or 3 or any other value. So it will be taken and it will be matched with case 1. If it is 1, the output will be addition selected. If it is not 1, then 2 will be verified. If it is true, subtraction selected will be displayed. If it is 3, division selected will be displayed. If it does not match with all the 3 values, then the default part will be executed where the string is your choice not found. Okay, console.read key is given here. If we execute this source code, the output screen will be like this at beginning. That is 1 addition, 2 subtraction, 3 division, and enter your choice. It will be displayed. And user gives here as 4, but 4 is not in the list, so that the output is your choice not found. Okay, so this is what the way of execution for switch selection statement. So far we have discussed the types of selection control statements, that is if else, if else if, and switch statement. Okay, the remaining 2 types are iterative statement and jumping statement. We shall see the remaining in next class. Okay, thank you.